It's hot. Oh, it's burning. Welcome back to FoodFlight, the channel bringing you the most disruptive form of FPV. Is this audio clipping? No, we're good. It's been a while. It looks like I found a park to potentially fly at. Since this is a new park for me, I decided to bring just my 3.5-inch siren. I don't know, I'm hoping I just don't like rile up people and stuff like that. I do need to change some settings on my drones to make sure they work with what I'm doing now. It looks like a pretty decent park. I'll show you once we get out the car. Not too much of an area to really go like crazy, but I mean, it does seem pretty decent. We shall see. Over here making modifications to this tripod thing I got going on here. Is it gonna focus? That's the question. That looks good enough. All right. So, what drones are we flying today? I actually brought two for the occasion. If anyone's following me on Facebook or Instagram, you guys know that I designed this little burger mountain drone stuff. We also have another one that I haven't even taken proper photos of yet, but this is going to be backup. I don't want to utilize this one just yet. There's going to be a later video that's going to talk about this one in particular, which we'll get into more detail. But for now, I'm just here to kind of inspect the place and make sure it's going to be decent for flying. So for this drone, we are running a Vista. This one might be just a slightly overpowered, to be fair. Both of the drones are overpowered. What am I talking about? I don't even know if I still know how to fly. So that's what today is going to be about. Can I still fly? I haven't been neglecting flying by any means. I've just been flying the sim lately, kind of perfecting some things. Also developing a lot of new moves for you guys, which I'm super excited to share in some tutorials in the near future. But first things first, I gotta make sure I still know how to do this thing. I am coming off of a bit of a sickness. Been sick for darn near a week now, so hopefully this sickness don't last too much longer. Let's see, what time is it? 3 o'clock. Came out here a lot later than I was expecting to be. I do apologize if the footage doesn't look good. We're flying with a Runcam thumb today, which is this camera. I did modify the lens to give it a wider field of view. This lens here, I can't remember exactly what it is, but the field of view is so ridiculous. You'll see in a moment. It might be a little bit too much. I'm just hoping it gives me a better image than what I was using before, because it was not good. Imagine doing spaying on a, what do you call it, a narrow field of view camera. It's not gonna look good. Got the drone set up, goggles set up, everything's looking good. There are some rates that I need to change, so I might kind of go back and forth modifying these rates as I'm flying today. And hopefully I don't crash too much, because I don't have a lot of these props. These are the Gem Fan somethings. I'm gonna put them on the corner of the screen so you can see which props are these versus which props are these, because if any of these break, then we're gonna have to switch it to these. I'll put those on the screen now so you can see. There you go. You see it? Perfect. All right. Now, if I do break a prop, I do have some spares. If I run out of the spares, we'll switch to the blues and hopefully get this thing popping. Got to do a couple more maintenance things before we get started. I'm about 95% certain I don't have the correct rates on this thing. We'll try it out, see where it's at here. I am running like rates over 1700 RPM, so I think the pitch and roll are at like 1630. And then the yaw is like 1700, which I don't think this is running that currently. Might be a little slow, but it'll probably be a good idea to keep it low while I'm getting back to flying IRL. So we shall see. Make sure I'm getting some video. Video's looking good. Camera angle seems a bit off. And it looks like I'm running like 15 degrees or 10 degrees on this. Too high, too high. I usually run 20 degrees. I don't even know if I did a maiden flight on this one yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera to it, do a maiden flight, make sure it can actually lift off the ground, and then we'll get to flying around this area and seeing if it's gonna be our next juice park. Micro juice park. It's not as exciting as the one in Virginia by any means, but we'll give it a shot. Go ahead and drop you this area here. Let's see, moment of truth. Hopefully this does well. If not, you know. Now if it doesn't do too well, as I mentioned before, I'm not utilizing the proper rates, but we'll modify it, change it up a bit, recycle it, and we'll see what that leaves us, or where that leaves us, but let's get started. So this thing is not flying the way I need it to. It is very, very sluggish. I'm gonna fly and actually keep the camera on me so we can talk about it a little bit, because that was just horrible. The throttle's not feeling the best. Like, and I don't know if it's these motors. This is gonna be the first time I'm trying these motors here. 180424, which I don't really know what that is, but I don't know. It feels real mushy. I need to get some new rates on it, that's for certain. I'm hoping that recently that I saved my rates on my phone, or at least took a photo of it, but I'm not entirely sure. It does not look like I saved it. The last time that I saved anything, any rates on my drone, I was still flying like 1400 degrees, and that I've definitely went up since then. I might have to switch to these motors here, which is the F2203.5, which are the 2850 kV motors. I think this one might be the freestyle one, where this is going to be more of a flow cinema base one, but let's modify a few things first. I brought my little cord here. This cord's going to allow me to connect to, what do you call it, Betaflight or SpeedyBee on my phone, so we can kind of see what the hell's going on with the rates here. Ooh-wee, that expo's super high. Expo's at 0.51. I don't fly with that high expo. Typically I keep it at like I don't know, 3. So let's do pitch and row 0.33. Yaw, we're going to put it at like 0.35, which isn't too much of a difference, but if I recall correctly, that's how I have it in the sim. Yeah, definitely not the rates that I need. Right now we're flying 1530, 1530, and then 1509 for pitch, roll, and yaw in regard to the maximum degrees per second. The application that I'm using for the RunCam thumb is called USB camera. So it is working, as you can see. Camera does show. It is a bit bright, but yeah, it's workable. Let's give this a shot. All right. There we go. Has a little bit of prop wash, so I got to get used to that. Yeah, rates are still a little bit slow to my liking. I don't feel like I could be as accurate as I want to be. And you see that little bit of prop wash there? Actually, let me try again. Actually give it throttle in the prop wash. Oh snap. Too much throttle. Alright. Yeah, I feel like it was definitely the camera angle that was affecting me here, or making it feel a little bit awkward to fly, but uh-oh. Yeah, it's still a little bit awkward with without having the proper rates on it. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a ground tap, eh? I wish I brought my laptop with me so I could figure out what kind of rates I was using in the sim. Uh-oh. I thought I was going to eat it. Can I power loop this? There's a wire up here. Not too fond of. Especially with all these people in the park. I don't want them to bother me. I'm like, oh, there's wires there, sir. Maybe we'll try if the park clears up a bit. Hey. I also don't have a lens protector on this camera, so I'm flying a bit more flaccid than I would like, because I don't want to damage it already. I'd certainly rather have the right rates on my drone before I decide to damage this camera. Whoa. There we go. Oh. See if I can even go onto this bench with these high rates. Now again, the rates are not what I'm used to, because right now I'm flying, what, 1600 rates? It's just slightly slower. Uh-oh. Oh, and my battery's dying. Alright, I'm gonna bring it back. Rates need a little help. It is sharp in certain areas. I don't know if it's the S rate or the RC rate that I need to change. Maybe it's a mixture of both. Let's go ahead and pop a fresh new battery on this beast. I'm wondering, did I ruin this battery? Because it did not power on my drone last time. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this battery might be toast. I don't know, y'all. RDQ batteries, these batteries here, has been not the best. I don't know if they're made by GNB or something like that, but I've had issues with RDQ batteries, GMB batteries. The ones that seem to be performing really well, obviously, are going to be the R-Line, the Tattoo. And they feel way better flying than the RDQ series. Even on a full charge, like, you can feel a difference between the two batteries. It reminds me of the I guess they call it the Black series or some shit like that. Like, it's whack. It's not good. Well, maybe I should change some rates before I get back in the sky. Let's do that. Now, something to keep in mind, this drone, like I said, this drone is an overkill at this point because I'm running a 60 amp ESC on it with like an F7 flight controller. It's so dumb. It's meant for a 5-inch drone. But I'm over here plopping it on a 3.5, seeing how it goes. So far it seems pretty good. Feels like it's flying like a typical 5-inch at this point. All right. A bit worried because I've only tried these rates in the game. Oh yes. Oh well, not quite. Yep, not quite. It's definitely better than it was when we started it, but yeah, massively better. Uh-oh, I got a bug on my arm. Hold up. Land this bad boy. Get off of me, bug. Alright. Yeah, it definitely feels better. Let's see if I can do a smoothie flick. Yay! Obviously this is not a tutorial day, but that is something that I call a smoothie flick, which isn't like a juicy flick. That's a juicy flick. That's a horrible juicy flick. And then a smoothie flick is like that. So, oh, that was a little close to the ground. Can I get over this tree? Is there like a dive up here? Oh, there is. That's pretty cool. I want to trippy a tree, but I'm a little worried about damaging this camera because, like I said, it does not have a lens guard whatsoever. And the reason it doesn't have a lens guard is because of how wide the actual lens is. Uh-oh. Yeah, let me bring this back. The battery's already dying. The lens is so wide that, in fact, let me show you guys because you think I'm playing. So, when it comes to lenses, I'm only ever using the TBS glass, like the little $5 pieces of glass, which is this thing here. Now, hanging it over the drone, or putting it over the drone camera. Are you still recording? Yeah, you're still recording. Now look at this. touching the glass, but I'm sure if you check in the footage, which I'll switch it to the footage, you'll see even this wide pane of glass, it's too small, which kind of sucks. It's like every camera, every HD camera I use, generally can use this EmDee filter just fine, but this one, I don't know. This lens is weird. I think we're down to our last 2 batteries. The day of tuning. That's what today's video should be titled. The day of tuning. Both tuning at the park and then tuning to perform at the park. But the rates still aren't where I need them to be. Which I'm alright with, because as you can see, I can still fly with these rates, which is great, but how the motor's feeling. Motors feel fine. Obviously I didn't check them immediately after I landed, but motors aren't hot, I should say. They're not even warm, so. Actually, let's do that. Let me, because I know somebody messaged me recently and they were like, hey, if you're using the higher rates, is it gonna be an issue? Like if you crash, is it gonna automatically burn out your motors and stuff? In my experience, no. I've never had a motor just randomly, spontaneously explode. I guess it wouldn't be spontaneous since, you know, crashing, but I personally never had a motor just go ahead and pop just because I crashed. And that's what someone was worried about who heard about the rates that I'm using. They're just like, isn't that gonna, like, you know, fry your ESC or something? As of yet, it hasn't happened. When it does, you guys will be the first to know. But until then, hashtag team high rates. High rates all day. New batteries in. I really wish I had a lens cover for this thing. I want to rip it the way I want to rip it, and I don't feel like I could do that currently with its current state. We're down to our last 2 batteries. Let's go ahead and get some more practicing in and see how this goes. Gotta get used to these smaller cameras. Make sure I'm actually pressing the record button and ensuring that it's recording, because I mean, GoPro, you get the audio cue, gives you a little beep beep that it's recording. This one, not so much. So you gotta check the red light, make sure it's blinking. Under the table. I don't want to go under the table. Screw that. All right, boom. Oh, tree touch. There we go. I did say I was going to do a trippy. There you go. That's the best trippy I could do without destroying the lens here. Look at this little tree gap. I like this. I wonder if I can like power loop to Maddie. Or not power loop to Maddie, but Maddie to Trippy. I'm gonna do that at a later time because like I said, my rates are not quite where I need them to be. And I don't want to ruin this lens. Not because of lack of skill, but because of just improper tuning. I don't like that. Oh snap. There we go. Oh, I feel like something's biting my ankles. Alright, hold up. Pause. There we go. Uh-oh. Looks like the grass is a little too tall to actually launch from that position, so let me go walk a chain. Actually, I'm gonna check checking the motors. They still don't feel hot at all. They're slightly warm, but I mean, it's kind of standard from my experience. All right, back to it. Battery's on 2.4, so technically I probably should just go ahead and replace it now, but we're not gonna do that because why would we do that? We still got 0.3 to go, which will probably get me to the end of this line and then back. Let's see. I also don't want to get anything stuck in a tree because I do not have the right tools for that. Yeah, I don't have the right tools for that. Bye, car. Bye, car. That was a weird move. Yeah, now I'm at 21 volts. When should I bring it in? Should I bring it in at 20? Probably bring it. I know. Obviously, I should bring it in at 22, but I'm gonna bring this back at 20 maybe, if it survives. We're using the tattoo batteries. They do pretty well. Hey. Oh snap. Yeah, I love these faster rates. They allow me to do so many more things. Oh, yep, now I'm at 20. Alright, I'm gonna bring this back. I am liking this spot. I do like it. Just hope I don't get any Karens. We are in Missouri, in Warrensburg, Missouri, so it feels like it could be a Karen-infested location. But I'm unsure. Ideally, that's not the case. I'd like to eventually meet some people that maybe have an interest in the hobby or whatever, but, you know, people would rather complain. At least from my experience, they'd rather complain than get educated, because they feel like they know everything. Yeah, you don't say last pack, you say last battery. That way you break the curse. Last battery, y'all. Let's get it. We haven't even tried the blue props yet. Like, these props are, I mean, I haven't crashed a lot, but these props seem to be doing okay. I do like them. I guess next time we're out here, we'll try the blue props and see which one's going to be better for this particular style. But oh, I don't think I pressed record. Hold up. Oh, I did. All right. Last battery. That was a little sloppy. You guys ever seen that? I'm sure a few people do it, but a reverse juicy flick? I like that. Versus the normal pitch forward. You do a pitch back instead. I like that. It's exciting, it's fun. Kind of getting used to these rates, which kind of sucks because I know I'm gonna have to switch them. Something's on my neck and my elbow again. All these freaking bugs. I'm gonna need to get some off spray or something next time I come out here. Oh, that was weird. I've been working on this move, y'all. In fact, before the battery dies, let me show you this move I was working on. This move I'm titling the Clandessa, which is kind of like a broken, and we'll do a tutorial on this in the near future, but it's like a broken trippy where you start a trippy. I guess we could use this tree, for example, where you start a trippy and you kind of end it while pushing off to the opposite end. We'll get to that in a future video, but like I said, today is more so just kind of feeling out the park, seeing how it is, seeing if we got any Karens. So far it seems okay. I like it. Oh snap! Ow, tree! Oh, that tree got in the way. Oh, I got a bug in my finger. Hold up. Get off of me. And of course, as I've quickly forgot, this grass is way too high for these kind of drones. So back to the walk of shame. Goddamn bugs. Let's see, is this park emptied out yet? I'd like to do a little bit more proxy. I want to see what's going to be a good area to kind of call it and see where it's no longer safe, because it looks like these trees are okay. Maybe it's a little too close to the park. I'll likely stick over here until all the people are gone, which won't be today, obviously. We'll come on a weekday where everyone's at work or something. And yeah, that's actually the end of the battery pack there. We're at 21, 21.6, 21.4, 21.3. Oh, tree, get out of here. All right. Can I do a Rubik's? Hey, that was nice. We're at 21.1. It actually dipped to the 20s and then it kind of seemed like it fixed itself. And now I'm at 20.6. Bring that back because I do not have a lot of batteries. The last thing I want to do is actually destroy the only options that I have here. So, woo! Well, that was fun. Hopefully I pressed the record button enough times to provide you guys a decent video showing you guys that you can fly high rates. I think it's just I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't fly high rates because, you know, you can't do like precise stuff. You can do precise stuff. You just got to train yourself, you know. If you train yourself on slower rates, you're gonna be good at slower rates. If you train yourself with higher rates, I mean, it is what it is. But aside from that, that's a wrap up. Like I said, maybe next time we'll bring out this little demon, but this one is freaking ridiculous, like ridiculous power. This flies like operates like a 5-inch. I already flew this. I did want to test this one out, which is why we got this one out in the sky. And yeah, that being said, I don't know. If you haven't already done so, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on a later video. Bye.